Let's believe that. Yeah, it's believe That's all talent crucial. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start with the second leg of our post-match press conference in a match Sundowns won 1-0. Home team coach, head coach Arthur Zwane. Welcome, thank you for joining us. Your impressions of what happened tonight?
Yeah, good evening to members of the media. Thanks for the opportunity, Bobby. Yeah, look, I think first off we started very sluggish. You know, we were playing in patches, but in terms of pressing, you know, at some point it gave us few opportunities that we couldn't capitalize on, and then few balls that we played you know, inside the box that we could have maybe been a little bit aggressive to attack the ball, and could have been a different story altogether in terms of the results going into the halftime, still one goal down. Having said that, I think we gave them too much respect, time and space on the ball, and they dictated terms. But we had to obviously make the first change with Sitebe, bringing in Sitebe for Zwane. So was the challenge that we had first half. Even when we regained possession, we gave them the ball, you know. We were just tense, we were not ourselves, and I kept on encouraging them to keep the ball as well, wait for the right moment. And yeah, it was, I think it's the first half that we should to forget, you know, because we had a terrible first half. Second half, we looked much better. We pressed them again, and how many chances that we created, you know, could have easily been 4-1 when I look at them now, the dressing room. So yeah, it was one of those where we couldn't capitalize on the chances we created and forcing them also to make mistakes. I think if we can take this performance of second half, I think moving forward, stand a good chance of rhythm. We can rhythm ourselves. We can try to bring our pride back. Yes, obviously I'm disappointed that we lost the game.
Thank you, Coach. We move very quick to the first tent and we'll move to the corner. We'll come back to you, Lord. Thank you.
Evening, Coach. Kamkhelu Mokhale from VOFM. Lucky with the defeat. Coach, would you say that pressure is mounting to deliver? I'm looking at it's 2023, 3 defeats in a row, 6 goals conceded, haven't scored a goal. Would you say there's pressure for you to deliver?
There's always pressure against the Chiefs, whether you win games or whether you lose games, you know. And as I said to you, pressure is part of the game. You know, I'm still not gonna panic. We just have to keep on working hard. One day, God will answer our prayers as well. You know, because I believe we could have collected maximum points today. You know, that's my belief. But having said that, you know, good football sometimes, as long as you don't get results, counts for nothing.
Lawrence.
Coach, you admitted yourself that it was a terrible first half. What exactly was the game plan going into that first half? And do you think it was a mistake to play some Kelo? I mean, 4 professional games of his career. Sitebe is vastly more experienced. Do you think it was a mistake putting him into this game?
Samgelo, yes, he had not a good game, but it was not a mistake, for us to start with him, because last week he had a good game, and the week before he had a good game. So we didn't want to chop and change, the team. Unfortunately, in this one, he couldn't, come to the party, but it's part of learning for him. And yes, Stebe did exactly what we expected of him, and we expect him going forward to also, give this kind of performances, not to blow hot and cold. So yeah, when you look at the performances of the players today, as you say, we just have to look forward. I'm equally disappointed. I don't know how the players are feeling right now. It's not that they've been performing badly. They've been trying their level best, and unfortunately, if there's one thing that is letting us down right now, it's not us. It's us not taking our chances, and opposition punishing us, and that's where we are right now. And we won't give up. We'll go back to the drawing board. We'll keep on training and try to, to be clinical in front of goals, and also try to keep the back door shut, so making sure that we don't concede goals. And when you look at today, I don't think it was bad. I counted few chances for Sundowns first half as well. And us, we had more clear cut, just poor decision making, and yeah, it's one of those things. I'm not gonna, blame the players. This is football, it's a game of mistakes. I hope they will learn going forward, and we'll look at this game and see where we let ourselves down, and try to rectify that again, then and move on.
Thank you. We'll move forward after you.
Coach, you're in Goshen, News from Africa. Coach, it's not the first time. In fact, you've been reiterating the fact that you're not converting your chances throughout the season. Before Pimenyama came in, and after he came in, it looked like he was scoring the goals and solving that particular issue. When he doesn't score, it doesn't seem like you've got other options available for you to contribute to the goals. You've recently announced the signing of a striker, Christian. Do you feel as if he will be the missing link? And what's his fitness like? Can he go in and solve your goal scoring issues immediately in terms of the next game? Or will he still also need to be bedded in and learn how the team wants to play? Is that also going to be a process? Because I'm sure you understand, once a player signs in the January transfer window, the demand is that he quickly comes in and he plays. Will he have that time, or will he go straight in? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Yeah, look, we expect Christian to come in and hit the ground running, but also we don't want to put him under pressure. There's many other players who can take the responsibility. So that's why I'm saying we're just not, hitting the target. Not that we don't get to the final third. I was gonna be too worried if we're not creating those chances at all. Second half, how many times we got into the final third, even close 6 meters. When you think a player should just poke the ball, but they didn't do that. Some of them, Ronwen ended up just picking them up, because of being too hasty inside the box, and we need a little bit of composure, extra touch on the ball, and that will help us going forward. So I think those are the things that we're going to work on.
Last two questions, we'll start with you.
Tamashabala Joseph from Sports. Coach, I'm looking at the way the team played. For somebody who just walked into the stadium or walked in during the second half, would have said you want the winning goal, not even the equalizer, because of all the pressure, the exertion that was there. Your players had everything. For you as a coach, how do you look at it? Is it a disappointing result? Yes, that's a given. But are you looking at it as a way forward in a statement where you can say so near yet so far, or you're saying we're halfway, to reaching what you want to reach? How much can you gauge this game based on what you received out of it today in terms of your work and of your plan with your technical team?
But here I think it's a case of striking a balance, you know. As much as we want to play good football, because we want to attract, you know, a lot of people to come watch us play. But at the same time, we have to convert our chances. You know, as I said, I would be worried if we were not creating those chances at all. You know, if you look at the game itself and the stats, actually, we're actually not far, you know, from Sundowns in terms of creating goal-scoring opportunities. The only thing that we lacking on is the goals that we've conceded this season that have let us down, you know, throughout the season. So if we can just try and, you know, improve on that one, that department of not conceding goals, and I think we stand a good chance. Maybe in the next game we'll manage to score one, and that will give the confidence to the players as well, and then other games we can be able to score more goals, you know. But I don't want to lose hope on them. I believe in them, and they've been doing very well, to be quite honest, you know. So it's just a matter of time that we get things right.
Quick one, Valley Lane will close.
Okay. So, Coach, you've been talking a lot about composure, and we've seen a lot of teams in the modern times coming with a strikers coach. Would that be a consideration? Because I recall even in the first round you complaining a lot about creating a number of chances and not being converted. So is that a consideration? And also I was listening to the SD talking about going forward, and I think after today you are 22 points behind Sundowns. Maybe finishing second, Champions League position becomes more of a reality or realistic. How important is it to finish second for this team? And also, as the SD was talking about winning the Nedbank Cup.
It's very, very important. As I said, Bravi, we play to win every game. You know, we can't choose games. We can't say, no, we don't want to win this one. We play to win every game, but at the same time trying to make sure that we have the identity, you know. And as I said, the identity will talk to the players that will profile going forward. Then now you can easily say, okay, if we are looking for a left centre back, just for example, the left centre back must have these qualities. You understand what I'm saying? Because the system will be there for everyone to see, and that's what works for Mamelodi Sundowns. Even if you have them, you know, like we had them, you know, they'll survive because they have a way of playing, and when they get the opportunity, they punish you, they close. You know, they shut the back door, and then you chase the ball because they're comfortable on the ball, you know. But still, we got many opportunities that we could have taken, we did not. You know, so yeah, maybe going forward, we might look to strengthen that department of getting maybe a striker coach who can help us, because there's so much now going on in the game. The game has evolved. So yeah, if we can't get it right as coaches, then maybe we might go that route.
Nedbank and Champions League.
Yeah, look, we really want to go and play in the Champions League next season. I've tested it, you know, as part of the team as the assistant coach. Was it 2 seasons ago? So I want to go back there. I think that will help our boys to grow. That will help our players as well. You know, to know how it's like to compete at that level, because some of these players must come back and represent the country at the international level. So it's equally important for us to participate, you know, at that level. So we will push for a second spot if we can't, you know, get anything. But I think second spot is realistic. And then yes, the team hasn't been winning cups, you know, for many years, and Nedbank, you know, we will give our utmost best as well, and to make sure that we go all the way, you know, and win it if we can.
Last one.
Coach, you've, I think in the presser, in the lead up to this game, you spoke about how some of the mistakes, especially from the youngsters that you make, will have a bigger price to pay. And I look at today, even with the seniors involved, I mean, the goal that was scored, a runner or two or three could have been picked up, but they were not picked up. And then the ball even gets to a point where there's a goal. How do you address things like this? I mean, a dolly situation where it looks like it's an easy tap-in, but it's not taken. How do you work on them? Are this from a quality perspective? Are this from a coaching perspective that you can address? And then maybe as a second one, coach, how do you bring, because the supporters here, they were here in numbers, I think 10 out of 10 for both sets of fans, but yours are very unhappy. How do you bring them into your confidence that you are the right man for this job?
Look, as a club right now, it's not a case of I'm the right man or I'm not the right man. It's a case of what is it that you want to achieve as a club, going forward. And I said it even during the week. I said, unfortunately, we can't just come in and want to hit the ground running, because there's a lot of things that you want to make sure that they work. And like you said, Keegan, had a tap in, but unfortunately couldn't. So what must I do? Blame Keegan? I can't. I'm the coach. It's my job to go back to the drawing board, back to the field, prepare the players, work on them until we get it right. If we're playing bad, then I would say, yeah, maybe I'm finding it difficult. But I've seen a lot of positives. The second half, we changed things, we just tweaked things a little bit, then we're on top of Sundowns. So would you still say he's the coach? I don't think so. It's just a matter, sometimes you need luck. Sundowns, they created their own luck and they scored a goal. And you look at many other games as well that they've played, it's pure luck, they needed it. But because of they've been playing good football as well. So in our case, I think it's just a matter of luck. And when the time is right, we'll start writing the results.
Happy? Members of the...
The first one was on the quality.
It's the quality. No, we do have the quality. We do have the quality. You will have the quality, but with habits. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I beg your pardon?
Leadership. Okay. Let's close.
He was asking if I understand. I don't. So I was asking if you could expand.
Okay.
Expand in terms of?
On the issue of quality.
No, we do have the quality. We do have the quality. Quality is the players that you have in your team that understand the system individually, who are talented and that they can easily fit in a team of Kaizer Chiefs caliber. So there is no doubt there is quality. The challenges would be when you try, to get the system going. We've been unfortunately this season in terms of as soon as we get it right, we'll miss 2 or 3 players due to injuries, due to unforeseen circumstances, things that we can't control, unfortunately, and suspensions. So when you look at that, we came into this game with about 6 senior players that are not available. You understand what I'm saying? That when we started the season, we were available, and it's one of those things. So should I complain? I can't complain about that. I can't come to you and say, yeah, but my senior players are not available. No, I am the coach. We've got equally good youngsters that also played today, and this is their opportunity. So some of them, so far they've done well for themselves, and we just need to keep on encouraging them until we get it right.
Coach Zwane, members of the media, good night. Thank you, Coach.